you're trying to follow that same kind of pattern. As you can see, this is like the easiest part of the whole thing. Once this is done, we'll let it dry, and then we'll put our final top coat, and then we are done with Burlwood. If you get too much glaze on there, just take your rag and wipe it off. Remember, it's only paint, and if you don't like it, you can just paint it again. It's not the end of the world. It took me a long time to realize that. And the more often that you do this, obviously, the better you're going to get at it. So don't get discouraged, because that's the one thing that will keep you from getting better, is thinking, oh, I can't do this, because maybe you didn't do a great job the first time or the second time or even the third time. But you have to keep trying. That's the key to almost anything in life. You got to keep trying in order to get good at it. My glaze was looking a little bit clear, and I think it's because the pigment was pretty much on the bottom. Always important to keep stirring your glazes, because the pigment will go to the bottom if you don't. Especially if you're working with oil-based glazes that use Japan paint as a colorant, because it does have a tendency to go all the way to the bottom. You just keep putting all your little lines on here. And once you've got all the little lines that you want, the stir stick kind of helps to put your glaze on there too. It's a good idea to let it sit overnight if you can stand to wait that long before you do your top coat. The longer you wait, the more chance it has to cure up. Again, if you don't put any top coat on this, because these glazes are very tender, even when they are dry, you can still mess them up. So it's important that you do give everything a final clear. The clear that comes with the kit is gloss. Whenever you do any kind of boundary layers between glazes, you always want to use gloss, not satin or anything like that, because the reason that those things are not glossy is because they put things in them like silica or talc that have a whiteness to them. And every time you start putting another layer of a whiteness, you're killing your color. So always use a gloss as a boundary layer. Even if you do 10 glazes, use a gloss. And then once you're done, if you decide you'd rather it had a satin finish or a semi-gloss finish, then your very final top coat can be satin or semi-gloss, and you didn't end up with all that gunk in your glazes prior.